Dun dun dun. Hi guys, it's Waide here with your Thursday spot on Pagan Perspective, and this week's topic comes from Dift here, and they ask basically, when we're doing rituals, do we feel that someone's watching us, that we're being watched, and often turn around to find that we are in fact being watched? How do we deal with that? And our opinions on that. So, this is a hard one for me to discuss because I'm solitary. A lot of the time I've wanted to do rituals outside, but the people I've worked with have not wanted to. Obviously for various different reasons, and I personally understand those reasons anyway. Personally, I'm kind of a bit more out there in terms of I'll do something if I want to do it regardless, and then feel like an idiot afterwards. I'm not really that fussed by other people's opinions. Um, well, that's a lie. Everybody gets fussed by people's opinions, but I genuinely do something and then worry about what the reaction is afterwards. So I haven't actually had the chance to do that. I haven't had the chance to look around and do outdoor rituals, except for the once I did one with my friend Sam, and we did it down a park by me. We left it till the night time, so nobody was hopefully around, and it was just a random day of the week. So we went out and we did it. It was an Astara ritual, and initially when we started it, we did it inside like an enclosure of trees. Initially when we started it, I was kind of a bit iffy, a bit scared that people were gonna possibly be watching us, and we had someone walk a dog while we were setting up, so we were kind of like, yeah, just it looked so dodgy because obviously a boy and a girl in a bush, that's all that needs to be said. But by the time we set everything up, it was getting dark and nobody was around, so it was really nice. But I understand what you mean. There are times when I, even in my room, whenever I've done bits and pieces, I felt a bit like not a freak, a bit like I'm being watched, a bit kind of. I think it's because of how unnormal the paths that we talk about on this channel are represented in the media. They're often represented as something that's odd, different, weird, strange, and I think on ourselves, a lot of us personally take that into consideration and assume that people are going to be watching us, and if someone's watching us, how embarrassing that be. And it's not to say that we're ashamed of who we are at all. It's just acknowledging that it's a difference from the norm. Obviously, clearly, Wicca paganism is a very I wouldn't say unpopular, but one of the lesser um, religions and belief systems in the world at the moment. And a lot of the practices are frowned upon, mainly even because of just the names that we give them. For example, if witchcraft wasn't called witchcraft, it would still remain very similar to what Christianity practices in a way, such as prayer being like spell work. It's just the words I find sometimes really put a negative connotation on it. And that's not saying I don't like the words being associated with it, I do, but I also do feel when I'm explaining to people that I tend not to use them, simply because if you're talking to someone about your beliefs, I don't want to go, well, I believe in a god and a goddess, and from time to time we practice magic. I look like an absolute idiot if I was to say that. An absolute idiot. And I understand that some people out there enjoy just saying those words straight, and it depends who you're speaking to, but more often than not, I don't want to come across as somebody that's lost the plot. And I feel, even though those are the religious words within the community to refer to these things, I prefer to refer to magic as energy, because people suddenly understand what that is. There's millions of even even celebrities, millions of people and celebrities who use the word energy from day to day. There's bad vibes, there's bad energy in this place. They acknowledge the existence of what it is. It's as soon as you give it words like magic and witchcraft that people start going, what, hold up a bit. And that's just a word. That is just what a word can do. If you are to explain, for example, if you're Wiccan, to somebody what exactly it is, by avoiding the word spell, magic, witchcraft, anything that could exist in a Disney fairy tale, if you ignore all those words and change them into a more scientific approach, or a more sane sounding approach, you're really going to sound a lot more intuitive and, in my opinion, more intelligent in that field, simply because you're talking to them in a way that they can understand and that they can connect with on an intelligent level. As soon as you start talking about things like magic and witchcraft, their attention span's going downhill anyway. Yeah, that might be why you got intrigued in Wicca, not because of energy, but because of magic and witchcraft. But you also have to think, there are people out there that are going to think, I mean, come on, you've got to all hold, you can't hold your hands up and say, talking about that sounds absolutely ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous. And I'm not knocking the religion at all. I can't, can I? I'm Wiccan. But what I can say is that as soon as you start, like I say, as soon as you start saying things and using words in a certain manner, you're digging yourself a hole that doesn't necessarily need to be dug. If you're talking to somebody, I mean, Christianity. If a Christian was to come up to you and just randomly start reading out Bible verses to you, do you listen to them? No. If they came up to you and started discussing your state of your life and how that compares to the belief system of Christianity on a more intuitive level, do you listen? Possibly, because you want to debate with them. That's how it works with Wicca. I know I'm going off subject here really bad, but I just want to say to you, that is how it works. You need to kind of figure it out balanced on that. So hold on, I don't think I've clicked record on. Oh yeah, I have. Sorry guys. Oh my gosh. I don't want to have like ranted for 5 minutes and not thingy. But yeah, so basically what I'm going to do, this is going to be a short video. Yes, I do often feel that people around me are watching, and I don't feel that if you feel that feeling, that it's because you're ashamed of who you are or anything. I think you have a right to be cautious as a human being anyway. No matter what you do, practicing outdoors, you are more than likely always gonna feel that bit of, oh, I hope no one's watching me, oh, I hope, because it's a very personal thing. It is a very personal thing. It's a prayer. If you was doing a prayer in church and you're a Christian, you don't want someone watching you. You don't want someone to walk in and go, oh, what are you doing? But then at the same time, you also have to recognise that a lot of people don't understand the way of working and are more than likely going to do that. So you have to take precautions when you're doing things like that, because at the end of the day, you don't want to set up a whole ritual in the middle of a park to have someone wander in and go and basically rip you apart with insults and stuff. That's why I like to prefer either in my own home or in someone else's home or in land that they own, simply because you know that you're safe there and you know you can enjoy your time without worrying about being watched. So I suppose that rounds up this week's little video. Hopefully soon these videos, I'm going to make them earlier in the day. It's just that uni work's been hectic lately, so what I tend to do is I tend to do my work before I go out to the pub on a Thursday night for the pub quiz, and then I come home and do my video at, what time is it? 2:15 in the morning. So technically it's Friday. But yeah, I hope you have a fantastic week, and next week, of course, it's the run up to Samhain. So I hope you all have a fantastic Samhain if I don't speak to you before then, and yeah, blessed be. Peace out. Oh, and also let me know what you're dressing up for Samhain down there. I really want to know what you're all doing and what you're planning on becoming for Samhain. So yeah, bye.